Greetings, distinguished guests, family, friends, cadets, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Navy League of Canada, Ottawa Branch President, Mrs. Karen Duval, the Commanding Officer, Lieutenant Commander Jeremy Marchand, and the entire ship's company, we would like to welcome everyone to our virtual 97th Annual Ceremonial Review. My name is Lieutenant Melissa Jacques, and I will be your Master of Ceremony for today's event. Today's review will take place in two phases. The presentation of awards typically announced during our annual ceremonial review, followed by a few words from our reviewing officer and our commanding officer. Today's event reflects the active and diverse program that RCSCC Falkland has undertaken and the achievements made by our cadets during the 2019-2020 training year. Our reviewing officer for today is Rear Admiral C.P. Donovan, CD, Director General, Future Ship Capability. Rear Admiral Donovan, a native of Montreal, enrolled in the Canadian Armed Forces in 1987 and graduated from the Royal Military College of Canada, RMC, Kingston, in 1991, with an honors degree in politics and economics. His operational experience in the fleet includes tours of duty on both the Atlantic and Pacific coasts, serving in Her Majesty's Canadian ships Ville de Quebec, Toronto, Protecteur, and Algonquin. He has participated in UN embargo operations off Haiti, deployed for NATO Operation Sharp Guard off the coast of Yugoslavia, and served on staff in the National Command Element for Operation Apollo, working alongside U.S. Central Command Headquarters. He served as HMCS Vancouver's commanding officer from 2007 to 2009. Following command, he served the Royal Canadian Navy in a force development capacity, both as the Director of Maritime Requirements and as Director of Naval Strategy. Rear Admiral Donovan also deployed to Afghanistan for Operation Attention, serving as the Chief of Staff for the Deputy Commander, Police, with the NATO Training Mission Afghanistan. In June 2015, he completed the year-long National Security Program in Toronto and was subsequently assigned to the Privy Council Office in support of the National Security Advisor to the Prime Minister of Canada. Upon promotion to Commodore in June 2016, he was appointed as a Director General Naval Force Development, where he was responsible for the strategic development of the future Royal Canadian Navy. He was promoted to Rear Admiral in March 2018 and assumed the duties of the Director General Future Ship Capability. Rear Admiral Donovan holds a Master of Defense Studies from the Canadian Forces College and is a proud father of two great kids. We will now begin the presentation of awards portion of our ceremony. The first award to be presented is the Women Auxiliaries Junior Bandsman Trophy, which is presented to a junior member of the band that consistently demonstrates a superior level of musicianship, leadership, attendance, dress, drill, and deportment. I would like to call on the Administration Officer of RCSCC Falkland, Naval Cadet Natalie Jacques, to make the presentation.
This year, the Women's Auxiliary Junior Bandsman Trophy is awarded to Master Seaman Bridget Slynn. Congratulations.
The next award to be presented is the Dawson Fraser Trophy, which is presented to a senior member of the band that consistently demonstrates a superior level of musicianship, leadership, attendance, drill, dress, and deportment. This year, the Don Fraser Trophy is awarded to Petty Officer First Class Ruth Nabasi. Congratulations. The next award to be presented are some additional outstanding attendance awards. These awards are given to the cadets who have achieved at least 90% of mandatory and complementary training throughout the year. I would now like to ask our Administration Officer, Naval Cadet Natalie Jacques, to make the following presentations.
The following cadets are being presented with the Outstanding Attendance Awards. Able Seaman Ariel Afariki, Leading Seaman Zaid Ahmad, Able Seaman Matthew Brewster, Chief Petty Officer Second Class Jacob Cameron, Leading Seaman Christopher Dupuis, Able Seaman Rose Haba, and Able Seaman Vicky Lee D'Souza. Congratulations.
The next award to be presented is the John McKillop Trophy, which is presented to a member of the orienteering team that has displayed great effort and commitment throughout the competition year. This member displayed the greatest proficiency in map and compass skills and physical fitness components of orienteering and is continuing to improve technique and skills. This member also demonstrated strong leadership qualities and maintained a high level of attendance. I would like to call on Mr. John McKillop to make the presentation.
This year, the John McKillop Trophy is awarded to Petty Officer First Class Crispin Champion. Congratulations.
The next award to be presented is the Jim Cummings Trophy, which is presented to a member of the biathlon team that has displayed great effort and commitment throughout the competition year. This member displayed the greatest proficiency in the marksmanship and physical fitness components of biathlon and is continuing to improve technique and form. This member also demonstrates strong leadership qualities and maintained a high level of attendance. I would like to call on Mr. Jim Cummings to make the presentation.
This year's Jim Cummings Trophy is awarded to Chief Petty Officer Second Class, Sarah Paulin. Congratulations.
The next award to be presented is the Robin Burns Trophy, which is awarded to the first-year cadet who demonstrated the highest level of proficiency and commitment to the Corps. Again, I would like to call on the President of the Navy League of Canada, Ottawa Branch, Mrs. Karen Duval, to make the presentation.
This year, the Robin Burns Trophy is awarded to Able Seaman Jeremy Dubé. Congratulations.
The next award to be presented is a Naval Association of Canada Award, which is presented to both the junior and senior cadets who displayed strong characteristics of leadership, teamwork, professionalism, commitment to the Corps, and a high standard of dress and deportment. I would like to call on the Commander, retired Jerry Powell, a Vice President of the Naval Association of Canada, Ottawa Branch, to make the presentation.
It is my pleasure to present the awards for leadership for the Naval Associations in Ottawa. The presentations this year go to, for Junior Cadet, Leading Seaman Hamza Abdullahi, and for Senior Cadet, to Chief Petty Officer Second Class Emily Goulet. Congratulations to you both.
The next award to be presented is a Chief Petty Officer Christopher Laidlaw Trophy, which is presented to a member of the marksmanship team that displayed the greatest effort and commitment throughout the competition year. This member displayed the greatest proficiency in marksmanship principles, thus maintaining the highest shooting standards. This member demonstrated the strong leadership qualities and maintained a high level of attendance. I would like to call on Mr. and Mrs. George and Dorothy Laidlaw to make the presentation.
This year, the Chief Petty Officer Christopher Michael Laidlaw Trophy is awarded to Master Seaman Jenna Huang. Congratulations.
The next award to be presented is the HMCS Carleton Chiefs and Petty Officers Shield, which is presented to the cadet who has made a significant contribution to the Corps throughout the training year. I would like to call on the coxswain of HMCS Carleton, Chief Susie Johnston, to make the presentation.
Pleased to present the HMCS Carleton Chiefs and Petty Officers Shield. And this year's winner is Chief Petty Officer Second Class Jacob Cameron. Chief Cameron, this is well deserved. Congratulations.
The next award to be presented is the Captain's Award, awarded to an individual who has made a significant contribution to the Cadet Corps. I would like to call on the Commanding Officer of RCSCC Falkland, Lieutenant Commander Jeremy Marchand, to make the presentation.
This year's recipient is an individual who has always gone above and beyond when it comes to Royal Canadian Sea Cadet Corps Falkland. Since my daughter was born almost a year and a half ago, this member has been working tirelessly behind the scenes to help keep the ship running on course, while my attention was pulled in other directions. Thank you for all your hard work and dedication. This year's Captain's Award goes to Lieutenant Navy Robert LaFrance. Congratulations.
The next award to be presented is the Bell Trophy, which is awarded to the cadet who is judged by the staff to be an exemplary role model to his or her peers and subordinates alike. This cadet displayed the highest standard of dress and deportment, displayed outstanding leadership characteristics, and commitment to the Corps. On behalf of her grandfather, Lieutenant William Edward Ferguson Bell, former commanding officer of RCSCC Falkland, I would like to call on Mrs. Rosemary Judge to make the presentation.
This year, the Bell Trophy is presented to Chief Petty Officer First Class Rachel Pittman. Congratulations.
Next will be the medal presentation phase of the ceremony. The first being the Navy League Medal of Excellence, which is awarded to Chief Petty Officer Second Class Jacob Cameron earlier this year, but we would like to recognize his achievements here today. He consistently sets an outstanding personal example of dress and deportment, has demonstrated a thorough understanding of the cadet training program, and demonstrated good citizenship through community service activities. The Navy League presents one award for every 200 cadets. Congratulations, Chief Petty Officer Second Class Cameron. The next medal to be presented is the Royal Canadian Legion Cadet Medal of Excellence, which is awarded in recognition for individual endeavors in citizenship that meet or enhance the aims and objectives of the cadet movement. This recipient is not only a great cadet, but also a great citizen who gives back to the community in many ways. I would like to call on the President of Royal Canadian Legion Branch 641 in Barrhaven, Mr. Stéphane Guy, to make the presentation.
This year, the Royal Canadian Legion Medal of Excellence is awarded to Petty Officer 2nd Class Julian Liang. Congratulations.
The next award to be presented is the Lord Strathcona Medal. The origin of the Strathcona Foundation dates back to 1909. Lord Strathcona, then High Commissioner for Canada in London, England, wished to improve the physical and intellectual capabilities of youth by encouraging habits of self-discipline, good citizenship, and patriotism. To this end, he created the foundation bearing his name. In 1923, a medal was struck and awarded to the most deserving cadet of each corps. The medal is the highest award that can be granted to a cadet. The recipient was singled out amongst their peers by an outstanding performance and personal involvement in the community. This year's recipient has consistently achieved annual fitness testing levels of excellence and has participated on the Corps' orienteering, biathlon, drill with and without arms teams, as well as a competition band. Her dress and deportment were always excellent, and her leadership and mentorship made her stand out amongst her peers. I would now like to ask the reviewing officer, Rear Admiral Donovan, to identify this year's most deserving cadet.
I would like to take this opportunity to recognize a Falkland cadet who has demonstrated exemplary performance in physical and military training. Please join me in congratulating Chief Petty Officer 2nd Class Sarah Paulin, who has been awarded the Lord Strathcona Medal. Sarah, congratulations.
The next phase of our ceremony is normally set aside for what is referred to mugging out. By special tradition, the Corps awards a mug to cadets and staff upon their retirement from Falkland after a minimum of 4 years of Cadet Program service and when leaving Ottawa or turning 19 years of age with a recommendation of the commanding officer. They receive this gift to honor their dedication and this significant milestone. The commanding officer will make these presentations once in-person training resumes again in the fall. This concludes the presentation of awards. At this time, I would like to ask the reviewing officer, Rear Admiral Donovan, to say a few words to the cadets. Sir?
Hello, cadets of Falkland and Vice Admiral Kingsmill. This is Rear Admiral Casper Donovan coming to you from sunny Ottawa on 7 June 2020. Today I was supposed to be with the Kingsmill Navy League cadets for their ACR, and I am sure it would have been outstanding. Instead, I hope both corps welcome this short video message. Wow, what a tough year 2020 has been. COVID-19 has turned our lives upside down and represents a challenge that we have not had to face in many of our lifetimes. I truly hope that you and your families have managed to weather this pandemic as well as you could. My message to you, especially when times are tough, is to never lose sight of what cadets are all about. Good citizenship, strong leadership, and of course, teamwork. Even with COVID-19, I know that you have had a busy year. I was touched when I viewed Falkland's virtual vigil commemorating the 75th anniversary of the Battle of the Atlantic. And I know training continues with online learning, stay-at-home challenges, and virtual competitions like Kingsmill's Question of the Week. I'm glad that you're finding ways to continue with the program despite the constraints of COVID-19. Looking forward, summer 2020 will not be your normal summer, and I know many of you will miss summer training camps, and that is unfortunate. But do your best to be flexible and find activities where you can still have fun, promote physical fitness, and even strengthen your communities. I even have one to suggest, the Navy Bike Ride. This year's ride extends from 13 June through to 30 August. And the RCN is looking for Canadians to complete 25,000 bike rides in honor of the 25,000 voyages that Canada's Merchant Marine and Naval Forces made during the Battle of the Atlantic. Check it out, navybikeride.ca. Cadets, I wish you a safe and happy summer, and let's hope that in 2021 we can meet in person again on parade. Thank you.
At this time, I would like to ask that Mrs. Karen Duval, President of the Navy League of Canada, Ottawa Branch, to say a few words to the cadets. Ma'am?
Good day, Falkland. Yesterday is gone, tomorrow has not yet come. We have only today. Let us begin. One of my favorite quotes from Mother Teresa. This has been a difficult type of training year for you all. I know that the first 6 months were a success and a good incentive to continue to a great year. With COVID-19, life has changed. We are very fortunate to have an amazing Falkland officers and staff to help you all complete your training year virtually. Congratulations, Falkland cadets. So let's continue to strive for success in all that you do and set the example as the Sea Cadet Corps that any cadet would want to be a part of. Please be safe. Please be respectful. Follow the rules set by our health experts and prepare for some kind of return in September. To the commanding officer and his staff, I thank you for all your dedication to the cadets. To the Ottawa branch members and the executive, thank you for supporting RCSCC Falkland. As your president, I couldn't be more proud. Bravo Zulu to you all.
Lieutenant Commander Jeremy Marchand, Commanding Officer of the Royal Canadian Sea Cadet Corps Falkland, will now address the ship's company.
Good afternoon, Rear Admiral Donovan, distinguished guests, staff, parents, family, friends, and most of all, good afternoon, Falkland. Today is about you, the cadets. Your hard work and dedication throughout the training year has been highlighted here today. I would like to congratulate all those who received an award. As I mentioned during our awards and promotions event, the entire staff at Falkland discussed each award at length to determine who we felt was the best candidate. Congratulations to you all. Over the past year, we have had a vast number of opportunities for cadets at Falkland. Last summer, we had 56 cadets attend summer training courses and 8 cadets who were selected for staff cadet positions. In the fall, we had a cheer station during the Army Run, participated in seamanship and sail weekends, and provided support to numerous Remembrance Day activities. Our band also participated in several Santa Claus parades leading up to Christmas. In December, we attended an Ottawa Senators game and also had Rear Admiral Donovan, today's reviewing officer, as our guest of honor for our annual mess dinner. We kicked off 2020 with a visit from the Ottawa Police Service Hoop Stars, which was a great event for all. I think the highlight for some cadets was getting to pet their service dog. In March, we even had 2 cadets who were selected to attend a seamanship deployment in BC. Since the stand down, we have started back up with virtual training. When we first started with our virtual training nights, there was a lot of room for improvement. Many cadets weren't comfortable participating at first, but over the weeks, most came out of their shell and fully engaged in the lessons. Our cadet instructors have done a phenomenal job adapting to this new method of instruction, and many of our staff believe that these challenges will make them even better instructors when we are able to meet again in person. Finally, there are a few people I would like to thank for making this event possible. Rear Admiral Donovan, thank you for being the reviewing officer for Falkland's first ever virtual annual ceremonial review. I would also like to thank all those who took time to record clips for this event. You helped make it even more memorable for those who received awards. To the Corps staff, volunteers, the Ottawa branch of the Navy League, as well as the parents of these great cadets, thank you. Without the support from each one of you, the Corps would not be the great success that it is today. I wish you all a great summer. Thank you.
The commanding officer would also like to acknowledge the following people who have contributed and helped in providing training to the cadets. Commander Sheila Dussault, Commanding Officer, HMCS Carleton and her staff. Regional Cadets Support Unit Central, Ottawa St. Lawrence Area, Lieutenant Commander Paul Fraser, Lieutenant Navy Learmont, Captain Johnson Brown, Warrant Officer Schlackett, and Petty Officer First Class White Brown. Navy League of Canada, Ottawa Branch, Mrs. Karen Duval, Mr. Jason O'Dale, Mr. Jerry Powell, Mr. Jim Cummings, and many other board members. Navy League of Canada, Ontario Division and National. Royal Canadian Legion, Barhaven, Strathcona, and Westboro branches. On behalf of the commanding officer, staff, and cadets of Royal Canadian Sea Cadet Corps Falkland, I would like to thank you all for joining us today and for your continued support. I hope you all have a great summer. Till next time.